Let's get TikTok up. Don't want that. Almost there. There we go. Okay. Let's see who all's here. Hey, Ruth. Hey, Valerie. How are you? Check out. Looks like we're live on all three places now. Good deal. So as you come in, be sure to let me know you're there, how you're doing. And yes, I'm not normally live on Thursday evenings, but we're going to start that. I was telling everybody in my wreath making group today, I need to make time or be able to go live more in the evenings, but by the end of the week, I am usually spent and couldn't even tell you my own name most times. But so I'm going to start trying to go live about 7:30 on Tuesdays. But tonight we're going to be making a winter magnolia wreath, and that it actually was inspired from a design we did in my wreath making group. We did this as one of our freestyle live videos the other night, and I just really like the magnolias. It's a kind of a classic flower. You can use this for Christmas. You can use it for winter every day. But I just wanted to make that. I don't know if we'll go as bling, have as much bling as this one. It has a little bit of glitter in it. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I have a little bit of glittered greenery in there. I don't know if we'll go that route or not. My feeling is probably not, because the greenery that I have left doesn't really lend itself that way. But anyway, what inspired that design was these really nice magnolia picks that I got. Got those in a few weeks ago, and I'm just now getting around to using them. But they've got a magnolia here, really, it's a silk magnolia, pretty realistic looking. You can actually, one thing I really like about it is you can bend the petals however you want. And it has the cream berries, has some longleaf eucalyptus. It has this more round eucalyptus. I don't know, this one, we may have to steam that or something to get that to cooperate. But anyway, so that's what we're going to be working with tonight. So, hey, thank you for the likes. I appreciate it. Hey, Barbara, Diane, how are you? There's Kathy. Let me see who else over on YouTube. Hey, Amy. Hey, Vanita. Thank you guys for being here. Yeah, and I thought probably, I haven't decided Thursday or Friday, then we'll do bows later on in the week. But I'll get all this figured out. Hopefully it'll work. So let's go ahead and get started. I've got these greenery sprays that I got from Hobby Lobby. You've probably seen them. They have them, as long as I can remember, they've had them about every Christmas season. They got the feathers, which are kind of fakey looking, in my opinion. I usually end up cutting those off. But it has some nice greenery. It has pine cones. That looks like it's probably Norfolk, maybe. I don't know. And then some long needle pine. And then it has these twigs also. But we're going to use some of those. I also pulled, just in case, but like I said, I don't think we will, but I also pulled some kind of a glittery eucalyptus bush, and then this glittered, I think it's like a mixed greenery, yeah, frosted mixed greenery bush. I use those every year. I love them both. So, and then for my bow, I've got, you guys might have seen this ribbon before. It's one of my favorites. I think it pairs really well with the magnolias. It has the kind of it's not burlap, but it's kind of a linen with the black gingham check on the edges. And then I've got a 1.5 inch, just a plain black gingham check. So I'm going to go ahead and make the bow first. So if you have any comments or any questions, just go ahead and put them in the comments. I'll usually check off and on over there and see if I can answer questions. So how is everybody tonight? Who all's in Texas over by the Grapevine area? I know my son's in Grapevine. I guess you guys had a little bit of wind today. I hope everybody's safe. I know it touched down. I guess I talked to my daughter-in-law. It was like a few buildings down from where my grandson, Jack, is in daycare. So that's scary. But I hope everybody's doing okay from that. All right, I'm going to go ahead. I always like to try these on for size. I'm just going to come over here, and I've got a 16-inch grapevine. Just going to kind of see what I want to do here. I'm going to go ahead and make the bow first. That looks like it's probably about a 5.5 or a 6-inch bow loop, I imagine. I measured it. Yeah, about 6 inches. So who all is ready to be done with Christmas? Usually this point in the game, everybody's makers are about ready to move on to the nice fresh floral things, spring, Valentine's, all that. Debating on what I want to do here. I'm going to make 3 loops of this. I'm going to put my loops on the other side, actually. Or my 3 loops, I should say. Put my tails on the other side. Should have started it out going the other direction, but I didn't think about it until it was too late. Then I'm going to drop this gingham right over the top of it. Let's go right over there. This gingham, when you're buying online, it's always tough to tell, how much body the material has, but this is a little bit on the flimsy side. I wouldn't want it to be much any bigger than a 1.5. I think it'll be okay for what I'm doing here, but all right. I'll keep on going. So is anybody here, anybody in the Grapevine area? Grapevine, Texas? If you are, let me know. Let me know how you're doing. I said I talked to my daughter-in-law, not my son, so I'm not sure. Okay. Oh, thank you for the likes, you guys, and thank you so much. You're done, Sharon. I know. We just get to where just tired of it. Okay, so let me look here. I think I'm gonna. Just gonna fuss with my bow here a little bit until I get it the way I want it. Plan on bringing it right here. I'm going to go ahead and put my greenery on first. You know what? No, I've changed my mind. I forgot it had these big pine cones right here, and I'm afraid if I go ahead and put my greenery on first, then my bow's going to obscure those pine cones, and we might end up moving them anyway, but we'll go ahead and do that. Just going to put it right through here. Actually, I'm ready for warm weather. I'm done with this cold stuff. And I know that bow probably doesn't look like much right now, but it will when we get further along. It's just a real simple bow. Like I said, this gingham is not the most firm ribbon I've ever had. So, oh, Julie, that had all kinds of tornadoes in the north and northwest, northeast Texas. Hey, Sue, how are you? There's Gail. Yeah, that's one thing. I love that area down in Texas. I love that area, but they do get a fair amount of tornadoes. I know one time I was down there and I was talking to my husband on the telephone, and we were racing. We were in the car. We were racing a tornado. He heard we had the windows down, and he heard the tornado sirens in the background. He's like, "What is that?" I was like, "Oh, no big deal. We're racing a tornado." We ended up hiding out in the Cheddar's that evening while it ran over. I'm cutting out these, like I said, they're pretty fake looking. So I'm just going to go ahead and get those out. I want to use at least 2 of them. I'd really rather not use the third one of these, but we may have to. If I wanted to use feathers, I got a lot better feathers than this. They're just kind of, they're some kind of fabric, I guess, just kind of a painted or a printed fabric. And like I said, I might move those pine cones. I don't know yet. And I didn't see we got one up there too. And I am going to trim this down just a little bit. I don't want it quite that tall. And I feel like I'm going to probably have to get my bolt cutters out. Get those real quick here. So is everybody done with Christmas shopping? I made a big dent last night. I'm trying to do most everything online. I used to love to go shopping. Nowadays, I just can't hardly stand to. Anybody else like that? Where am I? I'm in Indiana. We're in probably about an hour and a half southwest of Indianapolis, right on the border of Indiana, Terre Haute, Indiana. Okay, I think that looks good right there. I am going to attach this with a zip tie, though. It's pretty heavy, heavier than I thought it was going to be. So I'm just going to attach or run a zip tie through here. Zip tie or cable tie. Okay, get everything all fluffed out there. grab a couple of more of those while I'm at it. Oh, Kathy's decorated, shopping done, and gift wrapped under the tree. Good for you, Kathy. Oh, yeah, Julie, that's the way we took it. I didn't think you were thinking it was happy. I knew what you meant. I'm sorry. Yeah, Julie was happy to see me twice on one day. I was live in my wreath making group earlier. That's what she's talking about. So, okay, now let's go ahead and go this way. And this one down here, I think I'm going to leave it attached all together. Let me just trim off part of this stem. I'm going to leave it just a little bit longer. Yeah, no, we're not happy at all about tornadoes in Texas. I didn't even know anything about it until I got on Facebook, and then I texted my daughter-in-law and like, hey. What about you, Sue? I know your daughter lives up there a little bit north of where my boy does. They do okay? All right, another zip tie. And I'm going to put two on down here since it's, gravity's pulling on it. The other one's real secure, but this one I'm going to go ahead and put a zip tie here. Okay, there we go. Still kind of got those pine cones where they can't really, this one especially can't be seen. I want to go ahead and we'll probably put him someplace else. Okay. All right, so that's what we have so far. I feel like I'm kind of migrating here. She did okay. She didn't even know it was bad. Well, I'm glad for her. Oh, Mandy, you got rain and ice storms? Goodness sakes. Gail's wanting to know that my the spray looks so much larger than the one she's seen. Yes, these are not in the pick section. These are actually in with the on ours Hobby Lobby. These are in with the better florals. They've got like a rows of those florals, and then they've got a Christmas section, and that's where those are. But yeah, they've got a lot of nice picks. I usually end up getting a few of them every year. Oh, thank you, Kathy. Looking for bad weather tomorrow in Birmingham. Yeah, I think it's all moving that way. We're supposed to get rain, but And Karen on TikTok said she just had heavy rain. Yeah, I think that's what we're supposed to get. I don't think we're supposed to get anything bad, but then it's supposed to turn cold. All right, I'm going to set these off to the side. I want to go ahead and start putting in some of the magnolias. I still want to put a little bit more greenery here, but I want to get those in first. And if you're just tuning in, this is what I'm talking about. I've got these magnolia picks, and I may or may not be making it to look to coordinate with a centerpiece that we did in my wreath making group the other day. Just depends. We'll have to see which way the wind blows, right? Okay. And you know what? I just cut that off, and I should have waited. I'm going to grab another one. I think I need right there. I need a longer one. I knew as soon as I did that, I should have waited. So I didn't know how tall I was going to need it. I like that right there. I'm just going to let that sit there a second. Maybe one over here, but there again, I cut that darn thing too short. May have to do something with those. So I'm going to go ahead and place these. I'll make sure I don't cut that too short this time. Actually, I don't think it needs cut down at all. I'm just going to go ahead and get some glue on it and put it in. And now the trick is to keep it out of the greenery. It's hard sometimes. You're trying to stay out of your way, and I'm wanting to look and see. I need to get in front of it here. Let me see. No, I want this back here. Get the berries where they're seen. I'm just not real crazy about that long leaf magnolia, or eucalyptus, I mean. I'm going to cut that off right now. We might place it independently. I just don't like the way it comes off of there. I like this one, but the other one is just not really crazy about it. All right, now let's put our other one over here. I'm going to go ahead and trim that off too. Look here. Like those need to go back there. And I can't bend them over there, so I'm going to have to replace or place those separately. Yeah, those need to go in this area right in here, I feel like. And I've got enough evergreen. I'm just going to glue it in there. Right to the evergreen. Trying to get my fingers out of it, out of the glue. Okay. I think that looks good. Oh, thank you guys for all the follows. Okay. All right, so let's start working now on the bottom here. That other one I cut too short. I bet I'm gonna have to, I won't probably use that in here. I don't know yet, but we will see. Like I said, I can bend these petals however I want, which I really like that. Okay. And I want that right in that area. Okay, and we need look here. I feel like I need something down here. Right about like that. Like I said, I want to get rid of this long leaf eucalyptus. And I can always say if I don't place it here, I can always use it somewhere else. I've got a big box of leaves. You guys do that? I think I'm froze up on my computer is almost full. It gave me a warning a while ago. Your disk is full, or well, nearly full, so it's like moving in like sludge. You got a box of leftovers? Yeah, I do too. I use them not just for adding to wreaths, but I also like to use them to like finish the back of like a grapevine like this, or over here where I stuck my zip ties, we can put it there. Okay, this one's the long one. I want to put it down the bottom here. Everything bent the right way. Okay, and then I want one over here. Still not happy with the way that's looking. I'll come back to that, but I know I want one over here too. This one I want kind of looking down at the ground. Okay, I'm going to look in the camera and see what we need to do here. All right, now, gosh, I'm not going to need too much more greenery, I don't think. It's already pretty full. I do have this little leftover bunch here. Still got another pine cone that we cut out, but I don't really feel like there's any place to put him. Now this, I think we can put right there. Get it kind of fluffed out. I feel like I'm going to have to pick this, though. It's just a little short stump, and it doesn't feel real secure up in here. It feels like the tape is kind of dry. Let me see if I can put a pick on that. Yeah, I don't think that's going to work. So let's put a wooden floral pick on it. I don't need too much length. I just need something to stabilize this just a little bit. You know what? I'm going to put a little glue on that too. Just to add a little extra security. Maybe a little bit messy too. There we go. Still doesn't feel very sturdy. Yeah. All right, let's go to plan C. I think I'm just going to separate it out and we'll add it that way. It just feels like this is too heavy. I don't have enough of a stump to put a steel pick on it. So we're just going to section it off. Well, easier said than done. There. Phew. Okay. And then I can just independently place these. All right, like I said, I just want them right in that area, just to kind of fill in behind the bow here. These two pieces now I'm able to put a steel pick on them, so they're not too thick. If you don't know what I'm talking about, this is a steel pick. It just looks like a little harpoon here. You can use those to kind of beef up your stem, get just a little bit of length on your stem, that kind of thing. Okay, and then we got this little bit here. I'm going to put another steel pick on it. We'll come right in here. I want that pine cone to be visible. It's right there. Then we got this twig. I feel like we could go there too. And, you know, I talked about not knowing whether I was going to do the glitter evergreen. I don't think so. Number one, we've already got plenty of greenery, I think. I mean, I'll have to stand in front of it and look. But then two, it's looking more like on the rustic side to me, especially since we use this, you know, the gingham ribbon. Not that you can't combine rustic and glam. I do that all the time. Where there's a will, there's a way. That's right. I'm pretty hard-headed, Kathy. Hey, Zuli. Oh, thank you. Oh, Lou, magnolia is your favorite flower. It's one of mine, too. I use them a lot. It seems like I go through spells and use them a lot, and then I don't use them for a bit, and then I get back to them. Put that right in here. With that kind of mingled in that greenery there. All right, I'm going to get in front of it now and kind of look. Let me see if there's any other questions here. Thank you, guys. Where do I sell these? I have an Etsy shop, and if I've got a link in my bio, and it just says, I think it says wreaths for sale or something like that. But I do have an Etsy shop, and if anybody's interested, I do have a listing for this. Also, I usually do that when I'm going live. I usually put a listing. It just says made on live video with today's date. That it is on Etsy. Thank you guys so much. All right, so let me look. I'm going to stand right in front of it a second here. I think we're good. I wish I had one more set of berries. I'd like to put a little bit of berries right down here. Right in this area right here. I was looking to see if I could steal off of some of them, but even just a little bit. You know what? I think I can take that one right there. And make sure I don't cut the wrong thing. I've done that before. You guys have seen me do that before. Yeah, I just want a little bit of berry, like right in this area right here. Just sneak it right there in that evergreen. Just like that. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and we still have this we could use, but I really don't like those. I don't know, I usually like longleaf eucalyptus, but I just don't think it looks right. We've already got the long needle pine here. I'm just going to stay with it. And let's go ahead and finish up our bow now. I got that ribbon turned wrong side. Sure do. This one I'm just going to cut at an angle. And might come up and shorten that one back a little bit more. Okay, now out there. Now I want to put just a little bit of greenery in the bow, and right here, right behind it. Let me see what I've got here. Hang on, I'm gonna get my box of spares here. I've got a box of leaves. I got a box of spare parts here, and this I think is going to be just right. I'm going to cut just a little bit of this. Gotta find a place I like it. I think right there looks good. That's also going to help keep the bow loops from collapsing. Put that right there. And I just keep on playing with it until I like it. I like it right there. I like it. I like it a lot. I'm going to come in here and put one down underneath also because this just wants to keep on sinking back a little bit. And I've got just a little bit of a stem. I can stick that there. That'll keep that bow loop where we want it. Or bow tails, I mean. Okay, let me take a look here. I think we're good. Oh, thank you guys. Thank you so much. All right, let me look and see if I have any questions. Thank you, Isabella. Thank you so much. Like the white berries? Yeah, me too. Oh, so your kids are coming in tomorrow for an early Christmas to clean it as fast as you can. I saw, I saw Sue. I saw you were, because Sue usually goes, she's one of my friends, one of my good friends, and usually goes live Tuesday nights. And I always worry I don't want to interfere with her. And I saw you had not gone live, so I wondered, I was hoping you weren't sick. So, hey Tina, how are you? Thank you, Barbara. Diane said she saw those stems at Hobby Lobby, but they didn't buy them because the feather was distracting. It is, and but don't be afraid to make it your own. I mean, you've seen me a million times. You know, I just cut things out just like these. It just didn't look right, and so just save them for another use. Sometimes, like those feathers, I just threw those away because I won't ever use those. But don't try to look beyond it. And if you like it, go for it. So, all right. That's all I have for you tonight. Now, as I said, I do have this listed in my Etsy shop. If you look there, there'll be I think it's a pink background. It says Made on Live Video, then with today's date, and that'll let you purchase it. And oh, thank you. Thank you guys so much. Hey, Valerie, I didn't see you out there. Thank you. So, and as I said, it'd be real easy to use these and make it into a coordinating piece like what we made in our wreath making group the other night. But I wanted to go with this more rustic ribbon, so I didn't feel like the glittery kind of that if you can see it has more of a glitter to it. I just didn't think that would be appropriate, but that might be on my next to-do list. So, okay. All right, any other questions? Oh, thank you, Julie. Thank you. Thank you for all the likes. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Okay. All right. Well, everybody that's in the path of the weather coming tonight, be sure you stay safe. We'll be praying. Like I said, we're supposed to get weather, but not bad weather. I think it's just supposed to rain and then turn cold, like it does in the Midwest in this time of year. So thank you everyone for being here and hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. And like I said, I will be trying to go live about every Tuesday, 7:30. We'll make a variety of things. Right now I'm working on winter, Valentine's, and Mardi. I say Mardi Gras, but I haven't made anything Mardi Gras yet. I need to get busy doing that. So have a great rest of your evening, and I will catch you next time.